Buffalo Fanatics, what's going on? This is Pierre the Kingpin, and I wanted to talk to you today about Cigars International, which is the ultimate destination for premium homemade cigars. Known as the industry leader, Cigars International offers the largest selection, unbeatable prices, and a customer service experience that's second to none. Whether you're new to cigars or a seasoned vet, Cigars International makes enjoying cigars easy, approachable, and fun. Cigars International is the go-to retailer for all things cigars, with the biggest selection of premium homemade cigars available anywhere. Cigars International offers unbeatable deals and discounts, making it easy to stock up on your favorite or try something new without breaking the bank. With fast free shipping and their 100% satisfaction guarantee, you can shop with confidence knowing that Cigars International stands behind every order. They have good relationship with vendors that helps provide great low prices. Whether you're new to cigars or a seasoned pro, Cigars International makes it easy to find the right cigar with helpful guides, staff reviews, and expert advice. It's not just about cigars. Cigars International also offers a wide range of accessories and more to elevate your smoking experience. Check out the great deals every day at cigarsinternational.com. That's cigars, CIGARS, international.com. Use code FANATICS at checkout for 20% off your order of $50 or more, plus free shipping. Or visit www.cigarsinternational.com/fanatics, and the discount will automatically apply. Again, use code FANATICS at checkout for 20% off your order of $50 or more, plus free shipping. Or visit www.cigarsinternational.com/fanatics, and the discount will automatically apply.
If you're a custodial supervisor at a local high school, you know that cleanliness is key, and that the best place to get cleaning supplies is from Grainger. Grainger helps you stay fully stocked on the products you trust, from paper towels and disinfectants to floor scrubbers. Plus, you can rely on Grainger for easy reordering, so you never run out of what you need. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
What's up, Buffalo Fanatics? Josh Allen here. Just wanted to say, go Bills.
30 seconds and counting.
There were plenty of years where there were guys who would dread being drafted by the Buffalo Bills. Not anymore.
Astronauts report it feels good. T-minus 25 seconds.
And I fully believe that we have as great of a chance as ever to win it all right now in 2022.
20 seconds and counting.
This is showing you who the new face of the NFL is going to be. Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes.
T-minus 15 seconds. Guidance is internal.
On my mama, the Buffalo Bills will have a 1,000-yard rusher on this team in 2022.
10, 9.
Oh, baby.
Ignition sequence start. 6, 5.
What's going on, Bills Mafia? This is your favorite Reverend, the Rev Rose.
4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
What is up, Buffalo Fanatics?
What's going on, baby?
That's your boy Rev. This is your boy Bod. It's Thursday night, live here on the Buffalo Fanatics YouTube channel. So glad you decided to spend yet another Thursday night with us. And Rev, we are exactly 7 weeks to the day.
Come on, man. Come on, let's go.
Of Buffalo Bills football. 49 days remain.
It has been a long off season, man. It's been a long off season, but we're we're inching closer, inching closer.
We sure are. We're inching incredibly closer. In fact, so close that training camp kicks off this Sunday. And as soon as that gets underway, we know well and good that means the regular season is right around the corner. And
yeah, man.
Once you hit the end of July here, Rev, you really start to feel it. And then as soon as August hits, I know for me at least, August 1st, as soon as that touches down, that means football is right around the way. But 7 weeks from today, man, listen, I'm a big Better Call Saul fan. And the new season just kicked off, or rather the end of the final season. Mm-hmm. They did a mid-season finale or whatever, and then they kicked it back off. But when they did the mid-season finale, they did a 6-week break between that episode and then the one that just aired. And I'll tell you what, that 6 weeks flew. And I just thought to myself before the show, I'm all right. Well, it killed me to have to wait 6 full weeks to see the next episode. But when I thought back, I'm like, man, it really wasn't that long of a wait. Mm-hmm. And then it hit me. I'm like, man, that's pretty much the exact wait we have until Bills football. So then it hit me again. I'm like, oh my God, man, we are almost there.
Yes.
Baby.
It is about to happen, man. I'm excited, dude. I can't wait, man. Like I said earlier, this has been a long off season. This entire period, man. We've just been struggling just to trying to get through. But man, football is around the corner, and I'm excited about training camp too, bud.
Yeah, me too. Super excited about training camp, as I know all of you are. Appreciate you once again tuning in here, Buffalo Fanatics YouTube channel. Do us a favor. Make sure if you haven't already, I know most of you have, but if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button. We want to make sure that you are ready and locked and loaded for when the season starts, because if you thought you were entertained throughout the offseason, just you wait. We are going to be coming at you hot and heavy this season. It's going to be our best season yet. So you're not going to want to miss anything. Hit the subscribe button, hit that bell so you get the notifications. And then, of course, throw us a like tonight as well, because look at us. I think we've earned it. I think we deserve it.
How can you not like
look at these faces.
Come on.
You don't want to like this?
Look at that guy.
We
handsome guy.
So, folks, tonight's the show's all about you, as it is every week, but it's even more about you tonight, because me and Rev were talking and we're like, man, and we've told you this before, like, once again, we have got, I mean, training camp's here, but we can't really talk about it yet because it's not necessarily here. It hasn't started yet. So we're like, what's good tonight, Rev? What are we thinking? And Rev, actually, your wife, I think it was, you said, had a genius idea.
Yeah.
And she said, well, why don't you let the fans of BF take over, fire some questions our way, and let's make it a night. So that's what we're going to do tonight, folks. We're taking all your questions. Doesn't matter if it's Bills related or not. We are going to look through the comments, take your questions, answer them. And then throughout the night as well, we're going to touch on training camp, which we, of course, know starts on Sunday. I'll give you all the rundowns. I am from Rochester, right down the street from St. John Fisher. So I have been to many a training camp. So I will give you my personal thoughts and tips on how to go and take advantage of your training camp experience, because it's a little bit, it's kind of odd the way they run it. It's a little weird. You kind of have to know the ins and outs in order to get it done the right way. So we'll talk about that. And then we have some more NFL news throughout the week here that we will touch on as well, including not a Madden cast tonight, Rev. We're not playing Madden tonight, but speaking of Madden, the Madden ratings are out, except for the quarterback ratings. Those come out tomorrow. So we will find out where Josh Allen is ranked amongst the top tier quarterback list in regard to Madden ratings, but we have the rest of the Madden ratings that we'll share with you tonight. I went through and compiled where the Bills position groups rank, and it just goes to show you once again, it's as good as advertised. So
no doubt.
Awesome stuff. So like I said, and Rev is in the same boat here with me. We're going to be looking through the comments all night. Shoot us along your questions. Like we said, Bills related, personal related. We don't mind. We don't mind. We don't mind having our brains picked, right, Rev?
It doesn't matter, man. Hey, we just want to hear from you. This is a fan takeover, so we're giving you the opportunity now to take over the show. Whether you're watching here live on YouTube or for those who are watching on Facebook Live, Twitter, all of that, this is your opportunity to take over the BF show with Rev and Bot. Let us know what you're thinking, your questions that you have, Bills related or non-Bills related. Doesn't matter. We're gonna do it. Keep it clean, okay? Keep it clean.
Keep it like PG, 13. You can touch. It's kind of like when they're going through the movie ratings and they're like, well, it could be R, but we want to make more sales. We'll go PG-13. You can hit us with that. But if we're going with the X-rated,
That's
we're gonna have to probably charge you for that. We'll do that off air, right?
yeah.
You can get on the OnlyFans that we were gonna.
Right?
Exactly. So right off the bat, we got a few coming in, and a lot of them look. We always appreciate you guys getting into the comments. We thought tonight, let's really focus on that and really get into it. And I see a couple of great questions right off the bat. Let's start here, Rev, with Jason Taylor, who I think is coming in with a really interesting question here to kick us off. Jason's saying, how much of an effect do you think Cook will have in the run game? Now, of course, this is the first time we are coming into a season with a running back that has been drafted this highly. And we know that, of course, the Bills offense is not predicated on the run game. They have had their struggles in that department. Right. And the goal for Brandon Beane and this organization was to go into the draft and find a guy that could help bring this running game. It's never going to be an elite level, at least in my opinion, under Josh Allen, but bring it to another level that you and I have discussed, of course, that makes it respectable enough to open up everything else even further. So, Rob, I'll let you give me and the folks your thoughts here first. What do you think is going to be the effect that James Cook has immediately coming into this season?
Well, I mean, when you first think about it, and first of all, Jason, thanks for that question. That's a really good question. James Cook brings an element to the offense that we just don't really have, especially in the backfield. And since we're not talking about the passing game, he immediately brings speed to the running game that we do not have. We know Motors is not a fast guy. Zach Moss is not a fast guy. And so when you bring in James Cook, if I'm not mistaken, I do believe he's a sub 4.4 guy, extremely fast. And I'm trying to look at his scouting report to see if it mentions anything about his 40 speed. But I know he's at least a 4.4 guy. So you're going to get the speed element of the thing.
Got him coming in at 4.42 reps. So you're right around where you thought he was. Right on the nose there almost.
Right, yeah, exactly. There you go. 4.42. Okay, perfect. So he's going to bring that speed element. And I think I remember Brandon Beane may have mentioned it a while back, but just talking about the home run ability. So when you get a guy like James Cook, matter of fact, let's just go back and look at Devin Singletary. There have been instances throughout last year and really just his entire career so far with the Bills where he breaks off big runs. He'll break off a big run, but he doesn't have the long speed to take it to the distance. Well, you get a guy like James Cook with a 4.42 speed, you give him a crease, and we're looking at a potential touchdown. I mean, just home run threat ability off the top, and so he's going to bring that to the offense, which is something that we desperately need. Now we all know that he's also a receiving back, but we're not going to touch into that, and we'll see a whole lot more from him in that aspect of the game come training camp. But just as far as speed element, he's going to bring something completely different that we don't have in the backfield.
I think one of the main things he brings is the ability to up the level in which Devin Singletary plays as well. I think I've always thought this, and I think Devin Singletary feels the same. This is what I spoke to him about when we were at Western Media Day. We were kind of talking about, do you think it makes you better having a guy like that in the room? And he agreed. And he obviously does. And I think that goes for any positional group, especially when you look at somebody like Devin Singletary, who knows that his job isn't guaranteed. Of course, none of these running backs in the league are. I mean, that is the most disposable position in all of sports. And we have Devin Singletary, who we know has been very serviceable for us, especially later on in the season last year. I just don't think he had enough help in that locker room in order for him to truly be the threat that he potentially could be. I mean, we know nowadays in the NFL, you have got to have a tandem at running back if you want to succeed in the run game. There's no more workhorse really outside of Derrick Henry, of course. But even if we look around the league and look at the guys who are considered to be workhorses, nearly every single one of them sustained an injury last year. If you are relying on your running back constantly, one guy and one guy only, to run the ball 20 plus times a game, it almost always results in injury. That's the one thing I think he immediately brings, the ability to up the play of Devin Singletary. I think bringing in another guy automatically helps that locker room too. I know you didn't want to touch on it a lot. I hear you because there's a lot to get into with it, but I think the biggest thing that that James Cook does bring to this offense is that pass game ability. And we talked a lot about this when it comes to the differences that we hope we see between Dorsey and Dable. We did not see a lot of short game plays Out of Brian Dable, we did not see a lot of screen passes. We did not see a lot of throwing out of the backfield to your running back or to other guys on the field like Isaiah McKenzie that we've touched on in the intermediate game. Because I saw this stat, I think it was yesterday or 2 days ago. The Bills were dead last year in yards after the catch. Dead last.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
So that just goes to show you right there, almost all of the air yards for the Bills are coming up from Josh Allen and Josh Allen alone. You get those yak yards out of your guys getting short catches, whether that be screens, intermediate routes, and letting them take it the distance. James Cook has that speed, and he has that pass catching ability. That is one major thing that we know that that Bean, McDermott, and the rest of the organization were looking for. They wanted a guy that could not only run the ball, of course, but somebody that was going to up Josh Allen's passing game even further. So that's what I think at first glance when I think of James Cook. As we continue on here, by the way, I just wanted to mention we are going to try to get to all of these questions, but the super chats will take priority as they always do. We want to make sure we get to you guys, so we are going to take care of those. Rev, I'll let you go real quick before I get into that. If you had something else to say.
Well, no, I just pull up his his draft profile, his scouting report coming out of Georgia. And man, I mean, first of all, we know he played against elite level competition at the college game, so he's got that. But he's super versatile. This is what was written from NFLDraftBuzz.com. He's super versatile. Can run sweeps to the edge, inside as a power back. Wow. And can be an outlet receiver, even line up outside wide as a receiver. Very nice, consistent, soft hands. I mean, there's ton. When you look at his scouting report, it is lengthy because this guy is just that talented.
I can't wait. I mean, we've talked about this time and time again, just the different elements that have us so excited for this season. James Cook, definitely one of those main pieces, for me at least, when it comes to my excitement this season. Can't wait to see what he does. We're going to send it over now to Bills Mafia. Doesn't get better than that as far as names are concerned. Bills Mafia is saying, do you think we have enough vertical threat at wide receiver? And I guess that's a great question to follow up with, because we were just talking about how Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills offense were dead last year in yards after the catch. Now that would probably tell you right there that the vertical throwing game has been fine, right? Because oftentimes when you're throwing the ball deep, there's not much yards after the catch, right? What I think is the biggest problem right now for the Bills in their throwing game, and there's not many, but the one that I think sticks out the most is that short game that they just don't see. Not that they can't do it. They can definitely do it. It just didn't seem like it was a point of emphasis, Rev. Your thoughts on the vertical threat that the Bills pose right now, and do you think we have enough of it at our disposal?
Yeah, I would say yes, we do. First of all, I mean, you look at Stephon Diggs. He has the ability to get behind the defense. He has speed. And you play him in man coverage. It's lights out. As a matter of fact, I think I saw a stat here recently that said that Diggs has the most I think yards, receiving yards when facing man coverage. And so when Diggs gets the opportunity to go man on man, he's beating them likely 9 times out of 10, and he's getting a lot of yards down the field. But then also another underrated weapon that we have outside as far as deep threat, because when you think of a deep threat receiver, you're looking at a guy who's a blazing fast runner, a guy who runs 4.3s, low 4.4s. But when you look at Gabe Davis is a sneaky good deep threat receiver for this team. When you look at his stats, his yards per reception are average just over the past couple of years are over 16 yards per reception. This guy gets down the field. He breaks down defenses. He can split the safeties. We saw what happened in the playoffs last year. Davis has the ability to stretch the defense, which I don't think a lot of people thought, because when you look at his size, 6'2", 215, and now I think he even added like almost 10 pounds, and he ran like a 4.5. And you say, man, that's not that fast. Right. But when you put on the tape, he has game speed and the ability to get behind the defense. So just Diggs and Davis alone are enough. But then you add in a guy like Khalil Shakir, who's an inside-outside guy who also has speed. And then you also have McKenzie. I'm not too sure how that will work as far as deep threat is concerned. But then you also have Tavon Austin. We'll see what that looks like. But Tavon Austin has always been known for his speed.
I have to agree with you completely there. I don't look at the Bills' deep threat and think they're wow. I don't know if anybody looks at it and says, man, there's There's not enough there. The way I look at it is exactly what I was just speaking on. What I want to see is there's so many reasons, to me at least, why I want to see more out of the intermediate game. One, I think it immediately takes pressure off of Josh Allen that's unnecessary. They do not allow him enough, at least, to just get in the rhythm and just get the short passes that allow you to do that, allow you to dink and dunk down the field. I mean, so many times we have seen the greatest quarterbacks in this game succeed with it. And many wouldn't think that Patrick Mahomes is in that category, but of course he is. A lot of their success comes in the middle. And of course that was from Tyreek Hill. And a lot of people are interested now how that affects this offense. That's how much of an impact the short game had with Tyreek Hill. We know it firsthand. That touchdown he had against the Bills in the divisional round, what did Mahomes throw it? 8 yards, and he was off the races for another 80. So the Bills don't do that often. And if you listen to us regularly, you know that we harp on Isaiah McKenzie as one of those guys that we want to see get involved in that particular game even more. And now with the addition of James Cook, I'd love to see it. The deep threat, to me, I mean, like you just mentioned, and I thought you explained it perfectly, Gabe Davis in that game, the same game we were just touching on, the divisional game, he showed you right there a deep threat for sure. We all know that. Stephon Diggs, more often than not, he's going to catch almost any ball that hits his hands. And I also think when you look at the rest of this roster here, Crowder has had success in that department. He's another guy that I think succeeds. Isaiah McKenzie, not only in the intermediate game, but in every facet of the throwing game can deliver. We've seen him deliver in the deep game. They just don't utilize it that often. But when you have a guy like Josh Allen, I think no matter who you have, obviously not taking into consideration who he had to kick the year or his career off. We know how brutal that was. But when you do have guys towards the top of the league, like Stephon Diggs, like Gabe Davis, you know, at the tight end position as well, like Dawson Knox, it is going to be it's going to have to be a complete debacle for their air game and their deep throwing game to be less than top 5, 10 in the league minimum. So to me, I don't look at this roster currently and think that they lack anything in that department. What I'm interested to see is, do the Bills change things up in comparison to what they had with Brian Daboll and try to take maybe, I don't want to say less. I don't want to say take less away from Josh Allen, because it's not taking anything away. I think it's more, I think it's more efficient. I think it's more versatile. I think you know what you were going to get with Josh Allen often. Now, granted, how that is carried out is who knows. He could run and screw you for 30 yards. He could throw the ball 100 yards, whatever. What I don't think we saw enough, and the first thing that comes to mind for me at least is, instead of running the ball up the gut on 2nd and 8 for 1 yard, why not run a swing route to the running back or an in route to Isaiah McKenzie? Because to me, I think you have a much higher chance of getting positive yards there than you would
just running it up the gut.
Running game, running that they did in that situation. So
that's exactly. I'm exactly. I agree with you. I'm looking for some more versatility within the offense. And before I go any further, man, I've got to shout out Jeff King. He came through. Jeff, man, appreciate you so very much for that super chat. Jeff in the house. He says, "Gentlemen, good to see you. However, PG-13 just is not me." LOL.
Well, Jeff, you know we make an exception for you. We know you. We know you bring that rated R. We know you do.
Be you, Jeff. Hoping all is well with you and yours. Have a great show, guys. Man, Jeff, we appreciate you so very much. So very much. But just to kind of piggyback on what you were saying, look, I think that we all got frustrated with Daboll at times last year with some of the lack of creativity within the offense, that sometimes just falling flat, doing just those weird plays that just didn't make any sense. What I'm really looking forward to seeing, and I think we're going to see it, and I think that because now we have Ken Dorsey, and then possibly Sean McDermott's going to have more of a thumb on that just on the direction of the offense. I think we're going to see more balance. Now, I like what you said. We're not necessarily taking things away from Josh. We know Josh is going to do what he does best, right? But what you want to do is relieve the pressure from him to have to be Superman at all times. There's no need for him to have to continuously press and press and press and press when teams are playing cover 2 and that shell that we saw so much last year, which actually gave us problems during the beginning to the mid portion of the season. just you never go broke making a profit, right? So just take what the defense gives you, and I think that we're going to see a lot more of that this season. There's just no sense. I mean, Brady made a career out of it. He made a career out of it, which is why we've got guys like Jamison Crowder, right? And also why Allen said that he had made a concerted effort this offseason to focus on ball placement, so that way he can get the ball in the hands of his playmakers to make those yak yards. And so I'm looking forward to more of that, and also an improved running game. All of that is still going to help Josh in the passing game. It's just playing chess, man. It's all about moves and counter moves.
100%. And that's just another aspect of the year here. I mean, to add to, like we continue to say, there's so many elements. The other element is, of course, what is Ken Dorsey going to bring to the table that makes this offense better, different, etc. Another thing to look forward to. Eric B coming in with what I think a very interesting question, and one that I think a lot of people do struggle with. Yeah. I know I do. I'm a big jersey guy, but oftentimes I have been burnt by the flame that is the capitalist society that we live in, where I got to buy the jersey. And then, of course, you get burned because the guy's no longer on the team. I mean, good God, if you bought a jersey at any time during the 2000 to 2010 era, what did you wear that thing for? Maybe 2 years before you had to get another one.
That's right.
Luckily, it's a bit different now.
Yeah.
We have plenty of options. So I'm assuming, Eric, you already have a Josh Allen, because that, of course, is
that has to be number one. Yeah.
I know for me, Rev, I went ahead and got the Josh Allen in all three colors, so I didn't even have to worry about it. Nice. I got my color rush, my white and my blue, so that way I don't have to get another jersey, hopefully, for like 15 years.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's the goal. So I'm assuming Eric's got one. He's got it narrowed down to Greg Rousseau, Micah Hyde, and Trey White. Now, for me, Rev, right off the bat, I'm ruling out Micah Hyde.
Yeah, absolutely. Same.
You got to rule out Micah Hyde.
You have to.
Unfortunately, because I don't know how long I'm going to be able to wear that. I wish you could wear it for forever. But you know how these things go. That, to me, is the one you got to roll out. Now, Rev, you had to go with a choice here. You going with Groot, or you going with Trey Day? Who is
I'm going with Trey. I'm going with Trey.
Let me hear why.
Trey's here long term, right? I mean, he's been extended. He's not going anywhere anytime soon. So you've got to rock with the guy, the Pro Bowl caliber cornerback, man, top 10 corner in the National Football League. You got to go with Trey. Groot, I mean, a young guy, but we don't really know much about him yet. I mean, it still wouldn't be a bad option. But if I'm picking between Tre'Davious White and Greg Rousseau, I've got to go with Trey White, man. I got to.
I mean, you look at it, right? Tre'Davious White's already proven his spot on this team, and we know as long as they're capable of doing so, they're going to keep him on this team.
It's solidified.
I really do get I get very analytical when it comes to these jersey purchases because they're not cheap, man. They're not cheap. So you have got to do it. You have got to go into the jersey buying process with this mindset. You have got to think about these things. That's why I rolled out Micah Hyde right off the bat.
Yeah, easily.
Yeah, I myself bought a Tre'Davious White not too long ago for these exact same reasons, exactly what Rev just said. I know when I bought that, I am going to get a handful of years at the very least out of that jersey. It's also one of the reasons, and I wanted to do it, but I actually, which is very rare for me because I'm very impulsive when it comes to stupid stuff like this, and I do this all the time. Very rare for me, Rev. I did not buy the Von Miller jersey, and I'm not going to, I don't think.
Yeah, you're not.
Now, I'll change my mind if and when they get to the Super Bowl and it's got that nice patch on it. I'll get a couple of those. I'll probably go. Listen, you want to know what the scare? Speaking of which, I think about this all the time. You know what scares the shit out of me, Rev, with the Bills winning the Super Bowl? I will go bankrupt. I will own everything imaginable that says Buffalo Bills 2022 Super Bowl champions. I mean, bro, I will have the biggest collection of memorabilia underneath the bridge that I live under with that stuff because of how much I spend. But
are you covering the car, man, and decals?
Oh, dude. Well, first of all, I'm probably going to be. Well, I mean, after the partying that is going to ensue after that, it's going to be about 2 to 3 weeks until I get back to reality, I'm sure. And then when that happens, I mean, it's going to be, after Rico and I, and if you want to fly out, we're going to go get the tattoo, and then we're going to, and then we're going to Yeah, I mean, I'm going to have to redo my whole house to fit all this stuff. I mean, I'm telling you, I'm
easily.
not kidding you. It is going to be disgusting, the amount of stuff that I will get when that happens. So
I love it, man.
that is
I
the
love it.
only negative thing that I think I can possibly think of when it comes to the Bills winning the Super Bowl. But that's why I'm not getting the Von Miller, because I'm thinking to myself, well, you know, just the circumstances, right? I mean, even if this year say they go out and they win the whole thing, I mean, you don't know the way things are now. I mean, he could just say, hey, you know what? It's not going to get better than this. I'm already paid. I mean, I know I got plenty of more money due, but I mean, we just won it, man. Maybe I'll just double it up real. I mean, what could you imagine? Not to say that this is in the cards, but you know, you don't know how these guys think. Imagine after having a Hall of Fame career, you win back-to-back Super Bowls to retire and 3 Super Bowls total with 3 different teams. I mean, who could blame Von Miller for wanting to walk from that? You know what I mean?
Absolutely, absolutely, man. So
you just don't know. Take the safe bet, Eric. Tre'Davious White, I think.
Trey White. Yeah, you got to go with Trey White. Got to. All right, Bob. I've got a question here on the Facebook side from Scott Reed. I can't pull it up, but Scott Reed here on Facebook. He asks. He says, "Are we keeping a fullback this year?" And he puts Reggie Gillum with the question mark. So, are we keeping a fullback? Scott, appreciate the question, man, from coming all the way in from the Facebook Live page. What do you think, Bob?
I would have to say yes. I think Reggie Gilliam's definitely staying on this team. I don't see why not. I mean, granted, up until this point, I think that when you look at the way that this offense is structured, and we all know this by now. I mean, that's why it's kind of like a running joke, like fullbacks matter, you know, this and that. Yeah. It is probably the most forgotten about position on you know, any football team, I would imagine. I mean, you don't think about the fullback when it comes to mind. But the one thing that I do like about the fullback situation is when Josh Allen has to get into a sneak formation, right? The one thing I do like about that they do utilize from time to time is, and this is one thing that I think is highly underrated, but I definitely think matters when it comes down, because usually when your QB is sneaking, it isn't a very pivotal, you know, it isn't a very pivotal moment. If you have a big guy like Reggie Gilliam behind Josh Allen, who's already huge, giving you an extra boost to bump into him, and that's just one thing I can think of. Right. I mean, granted, that's like the last thing you'd probably think of, right? But I don't imagine the Bills go into the season without any fullback. And if it's going to be a fullback, it's going to be Reggie Gilliam. So that's how I feel. Now, granted, you do think about, you know, this is a question I feel like nobody talks about ever, back to the, you know, the fullback being the forgotten position. But I don't think you go into the season without one, just because of the small circumstances I think that do arise. They always do, where you wish you did have one, or where you think you could utilize one.
Right. And just because of the nature of the offense and how versatile they're trying to be. So I mean, keeping a fullback like Reggie, and mind you, he's not your prototypical fullback, right? I mean, he's versatile. I mean, at one point he was listed as a tight end. So he has that position flex. And so if they want to use him as like a, you know, an H-back out of the backfield, catching passes, you know, they can do that.
I mean, he can move for sure.
Yeah, he can move. Yeah. And I think he plays special teams too, if I'm not mistaken.
He does.
Yeah. So he's definitely valuable.
Saw a question in here, Rev, and I think we should take it because I think that this is definitely something we both wanted to touch on, and getting it in question for him makes it even easier for us. Blair coming in saying, did y'all see Murray's extension? We did. Of course, that was the biggest news of today and probably the last 2 weeks when it comes to the NFL. Kyler Murray, who has been a thorn in the side of the Arizona Cardinals organization this offseason, finally lands a new contract, and it is a doozy. I am pulling up the details on it right now. So per Adam Schefter this afternoon, Kyler Murray signs a deal worth $230.5 million, with $160 million of that guaranteed. So Murray is now the second highest average annual value at $46.1 million per year. That is about $100,000 more, I believe, than Deshaun Watson. Now, Rev, before we even break down whether Kyler Murray is worth it or should they have paid him that money or whatever, I want to look at it from the Bills' perspective, because that's what I do every time these things happen. I told you, and I think a lot of people I know within Buffalo Fanatics here, I know that when we talked about it, everybody was in agreement. But when Josh Allen signed his contract, which of course was unlike any contract that a Buffalo Bill has signed in my lifetime, I had said, you know what? Yeah, that is a fat amount of money. Of course it is. I mean, when it comes to the quarterbacks, especially Josh Allen's caliber, it's always going to be ludicrous money.
Yes.
But I had said, you watch and wait, that is going to look like an absolute steal the further you get into that contract, and the further the NFL continues to get into these raised cap spaces where these quarterbacks wind up making money, like we are seeing now Kyler Murray, like we just saw Deshaun Watson get for not playing a game in over a year, potentially not being able to play this year at all. So let me put this into perspective for you right here, because this is absolutely absurd. I mean, we're talking about Josh Allen and we're talking about Kyler Murray. There is not a soul that has any reputable, respectable NFL awareness that would take Kyler Murray over Josh Allen. Okay.
Right.
The most money Josh Allen will make in a single season is in 2025. It's $51.2 million. So it's just about $5 million more than Kyler Murray. That's it. Every other year, and I'm only talking about his highest years, right? Because this year he's making about 16. It gets up there in 2023. But let's really put this into perspective compared to Kyler Murray's annual salary. In 2023, Josh Allen will make 39.7. less than Kyler Murray. In 2024, he'll make 41.7, less than Kyler Murray. Now, 2025, that's where the bulk of that contract really hits. It's 51.2.
Yeah.
After that, Rev, 46.9, just a few $100,000 more than Kyler Murray, and then 40 million in 27 and 41.5 in 28. So at the time, which wasn't all that long ago, that's just the way the NFL works. Josh Allen's contract, it was, mind-boggling numbers, but nobody was ever like, wow, that's too much money. I mean, who the hell would ever say that?
Yeah, exactly.
And I think the same thing about Patrick Mahomes' contract, the same thing. Absolute value when you look at when they did it, right? Because the Bills, and I gotta, keep myself in line where I can. I gotta admit when I'm wrong. I thought there was no harm in waiting another year. I didn't. When I look back on it in retrospect, Rev, there is major harm in waiting, because if you wait, all that does is raise Josh Allen's price. Yeah. If Kyler Murray had signed a contract before Josh Allen, imagine what Josh Allen's getting paid. Lamar Jackson's at home right now. He's sitting there with a grin ear to ear.
Absolutely, because he's about to get paid.
Paid now.
Yeah.
And if the Ravens don't do it, somebody will. I mean, that's just where we're at. So look at what Josh Allen is in this league, and look at what he is being paid by the Bills when it was done. And you think to yourself, yep, once again, another feather in the cap for Brandon Beane, getting it done when it needed to get done. And I've said this before too. You just wait when Joe Burrow's contract hits, when Justin Herbert's contract hits, those numbers as they continue. And both those guys, everyone's taking them over Kyler Murray, Rev. Those numbers are going to make Josh Allen look like they picked him up over at the price chopper. So that's just how I look at it. And I think that once again, Rev, we take into perspective when something like this happens, just how well run this current organization is in Buffalo.
Absolutely. 100%. I mean, we know the price is going to continue to go up, and kudos to Josh Allen for accepting it, because he knew it, right? He knew it as well, that, if I wait, I could wait if I wanted to, right. And get more money, but he decided to go ahead and sign now, understanding that he could be missing out on perhaps a much larger contract. So it's always best to get these things, especially when you have an elite player at a very elite, at a position of need. Quarterback, you have to have it. When you've got a guy, you better sign him as quickly as possible. Otherwise, you're going to be sitting there watching the price jump through the moon. And to get Josh Allen signed and done when they did was a great job by Brandon Beane and Josh Allen's representatives as well. And then in the future, you never know. I mean, Josh could restructure. I mean, he could do some things. He could decide.
Which they probably will. I mean, right? So will Mahomes, I would think.
Right. He's like, I've outperformed this current contract right now. You know what I'm saying? But for the time being, Josh Allen's deal is looking like a steal, considering when you compare him and just talent. When you compare his talent to other guys like Kyler Murray, it's always been like this with quarterbacks, though. They're always going to one up each other, regardless of how good they are. If they're okay, if they're okay enough to get extended, more likely than not, the quarterback who signs the next deal is going to try to beat the one who just signed previously.
That's why, and it's not talked about often, but that is why, low key amongst player circles, Tom Brady was a very hated guy when it came to finances because he never took the max deal.
Yeah.
And imagine being the agent going into the negotiation room trying to get paid more than Tom Brady. Good luck. You're not going to.
Not going to happen. Yeah.
So, but now, like Rev just said, it is just a domino effect where the one guy, and of course, Deshaun Watson really threw a bomb into the whole thing too. Really exploding it even further. But this is what it wouldn't even have mattered. It would have happened eventually. But we're getting to the point now. I mean, it's 2022 right now. And I would venture to say, Rev, I would say by 2032, one of these quarterbacks ends up hitting $100 million a year at some point as the revenue continues to grow, as the popularity continues, the gambling money, the streaming money. We are going to see a QB hit that $100 million a year mark. We're going to see that $1 billion contract at some point from one of these guys. Damn Christ. Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes, $500 million almost. Deshaun Watson, that's just what it is. And let's get into this a little bit, Rev, because I'm seeing some people in here, and this is a general comment today that I've seen. Kyler Murray's not worth it. We'll pause. Pause. Let's think about what Arizona did to acquire Kyler Murray and how much more relevant they've been since doing so. You draft Josh Rosen. It was an utter disaster, so much so you move off of him after a year. Nobody has ever done that, and they wound up setting a new precedent where we're seeing people move off of quarterbacks like it's, you're out to a restaurant. Oh, I don't like this. Send it back. Let me get the number 7. I mean, that's just what it is now. And Kyler Murray was he was the real instigator of that. That's what Arizona did. You get Kyler Murray 1 overall, which of course we know that winds up bringing a higher dollar tag if you wind up being the real deal, which Kyler Murray has. I mean, let's face it. You were talking about number 1 overall picks, talking about guys who graduated from Oklahoma, Kyler Murray, Baker Mayfield. It's no secret when you look at a number 1 overall. Kyler Murray has been one of the more popular, and this is another thing people forget too. This is a business. Kyler Murray is an incredibly popular player, right? You watch commercials, Kyler Murray's right there. He's fun to watch. He sells tickets. He sells merch. And is he undersized? Is he the best quarterback in the league? No. And yes, of course he is undersized. Is there aspects to his game that the Cardinals wish they could acquire somewhere else? Of course. But good luck, right? That's the problem here. And that's why these dollar amounts wind up being so high. This is basically all you have to say as the agent of Kyler Murray. You walk into the room and say, okay, either you pay the money or you go and find a guy who you think's better. And we know from our perspective, Jim Kelly goes into the negotiation room. Okay, find somebody else. Oh, I just blinked and 25 years passed. I mean, ask the Giants since Eli Manning. Ask the Jets. Ask any of these organizations. The Bears, who have, good Christ, right? I mean, God, there's so many examples.
Tons of them.
So you can think to yourself, well, Kyler Murray's not as good as Josh Allen, Mahomes. We all know that. But like Rev was touching on earlier, when you are good enough, and that's all it takes anymore.
You just got to be good enough.
You're going to get that back. Kyler Murray, more than good enough.
That's it. I mean, look at Kirk Cousins. He was the guy that really started. I mean, just taking advantage of just the franchise tag. But I mean, Kirk Cousins is not a top quarterback, so to speak.
He's a perfect example,
but he's good enough, and and teams and organizations understand that. Look, very good quarterbacks don't grow on trees. Okay, it's not like you can just say,
nor do good quarterbacks like Kirk Cousins. That's the other thing. What I mean? Yes,
exactly.
That's a perfect example.
And then you look at the college game, and so and how it's transitioning. So you have to stay ahead of the curve, and if you're able to get one, I mean, you better do everything you can to keep that quarterback in within your organization. And it's just the going rate. You already understand it's part of the investment. You already understand that, by us finally having a competent quarterback who can compete, even if it's just competing for playoffs, that's good enough. and we need that guy. And we need to get him long term because you're not going to find him. You're just not going to say, you know what, yeah, he's okay. We're gonna drop him in, and we're gonna go ahead and find somebody else. Why do you think the Tennessee Titans have held on to Ryan Tannehill?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's not a great quarterback, but he's good enough, and they paid him. So yeah, I mean, Kyler Murray,
and that's why I absolutely love Mac Jones being in New England, because he is not bad enough to move off of. That's why I love it. He is never going to be better than Josh Allen. Sorry, Patriots fans who happen to be just, I don't know, bored on YouTube right now. That is never happening. But I look at Mac Jones and I say, well, there are aspects of his game that do work in this league. And I also look around and I say, well, he's better than that guy if you were to start today. He's better than that guy, right? And that's what you fall into. Kirk Cousins, to me, it's an excellent example. And that is why you look at Kirk Cousins' numbers and you think, oh my God, he's robbed this league blind. But then again, you're like, well, you know, what else were we going to do here? I mean, were we going to try our hand with another guy, and then you just wind up like the Carolina Panthers, right? Where you're just like right now what they're doing. You're just signing a guy, hoping to God it works for a little while. You do this. Yeah, right. You're doing what the Browns are doing right now. Speaking of Josh Rosen, the newest Cleveland Brown. Yeah. So, I mean, another perfect example there too, right? When you do take these risks, and that's why you have got to give credit to Arizona, and that's why they made the right choice to definitely pay him. Yeah. You look at Josh Rosen, they took that risk, right? In the top 10 or the top of the draft in 2018.
He was 10th overall pick,
Yeah. You could go and get that guy. And now he's on what, Rev? His 9th team? I can't even keep track.
Man, me neither.
And yes, same thing for Baker Mayfield. You can go and take these swings, even the ones that were supposed to be the sure thing, the top 10 pick, the number 1 overall pick. You did it again 2 years in a row with Kyler Murray. He has been more than good enough to deserve a contract. And that's why when you look at, Lamar Jackson right now, tip your cap to Lamar Jackson. He's bet on himself. He's waited. He, in my opinion, and I think you could have an argument about this, but I personally am taking Lamar Jackson over Kyler Murray. And even if you don't agree, you can't say that they're not at least similar in regard to talent. So Lamar Jackson should be getting paid, perhaps even more than Josh Allen in the short term, based on what we just saw Kyler Murray get paid. So that's the current state we're in.
He's no doubt. Lamar Jackson, phenomenal. And he doesn't even have an agent, if I'm not mistaken. I think
he doesn't. His mother is his agent.
Yeah, his mother. Yeah.
Oh, which is, hey, what is it? Who just said it? Yeah, John Herring said, "Mama knows best." I mean, maybe. Maybe. If I'm Lamar Jackson, I'm at home today. I'm not in a bad mood. I'll tell you that.
It's inevitable. He's going to get paid.
Yeah. Walter's coming in here, right? He's making some good points. He says, Kyler deserves credit definitely for the Cardinals turnaround, but people too often ignore the talent on that roster. I feel the Palmer-led team was more threatening than the current Kyler team. Oh, I agree. I mean, there was Cardinals teams, especially back in those days, that were, constantly in the NFC divisional and championship games. I mean, they were right there. The Cardinals have always been relevant, but there was a period not too long ago here where they were dumpster fires, right? And you get Josh Rosen. I mean, but you could also make that argument about Josh Allen too, and a lot of people do, right? Josh Allen gets the majority, if not all of the credit most of the time for the rising of this team, deservingly so. That's what happens with the quarterback, right? But imagine if Josh Allen's roster wasn't built to be what it is today, and Brandon Beane sat on his hands and decided, let's extend Zay Jones and Calvin Benjamin, and we won't go get Diggs and Beasley and John Brown and whoever else, right? So, yes, of course, you have to give credit to the organization for building around him, and I think Arizona's done a great job, but you don't utilize that if you don't have the quarterback. Case in point, Cleveland Browns, top 5 roster. Baker Mayfield never capitalized on it once. And you will see very quickly Deshaun Watson and a top 5 roster, that's going to work. If and when but when the hell he gets on the field, which is
another story. Another conversation. Yeah, but it's definitely going to happen. Yeah, I'm looking at the Cardinals. Their quarterback history. Just post Carson Palmer. I mean, they had Blaine Gabbert. I mean, come on now. I mean, Blaine Gabbert, Drew Stanton, Josh Rosen, and Sam Bradford. And then they finally were able to get
it's so easy to think. I mean, it's crazy, Rev. Even mediocrity in this league is not easy to come by. It's just not. I mean, that's why when when I looked at Mitch Trubisky going to Pittsburgh, I said, I think Pittsburgh's better today. I think when it comes to, the quarterback position, Mitch Trubisky's a bit above mediocre. He's right on that mediocre line. And Ben Roethlisberger, as he continued to age out, was far below mediocre. I looked at that comparison, and naturally I come to the conclusion the Steelers are better today. You look around, especially when quarterbacks get injured, they drop, or, they retire, whatever else. You look and see how truly difficult it is to get a guy in there that not only is, competent, but can keep your team in a position to win. I mean, right now, Rev, this is a great example. A great example is exactly the Cleveland Browns, right? You have Deshaun Watson, but he can't play. Great.
Right.
So not only do you have Jacoby Brissett, you bring in Josh Rosen, and then there's rumors circulating that you might even go out and try to get Jimmy Garoppolo because you want to take advantage of the roster you have. And if you lose Deshaun Watson for 8 games, you can forget the playoffs in the AFC.
Right.
So think about that, right? Jimmy Garoppolo, and that's another great point. Here we can talk about this a little bit because he's about to be on a new team soon here. They gave him the green light to go seek a trade, right? Jimmy Garoppolo gets dogged a lot. He gets dogged a lot.
Talk about it, man.
I don't know. I mean, look is he Josh Allen? Is he Mahomes? Is he Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, Tom Brady? No. And anybody who thinks that, I don't think there is anybody who thinks that. But this is what I don't like, Rev, when it comes to the league. Like you said, it doesn't grow on trees. You cannot compare these guys like Jimmy Garoppolo to that stratosphere because it's just not existing. That's why they're going with Trey Lance. But when I look at Seattle, right? When I look at Carolina, when I look at these teams that do not currently have a solidified guy that's not only a superstar, but frankly is a borderline starter in general, you can't tell me that Jimmy Garoppolo, who's been to multiple NFC championships, was a throw away from winning a Super Bowl, an insanely high winning percentage. And the argument's always, well, he's got Kyle Shanahan, 49er roster is great. Yeah, that's fine. But there's also plenty of people who were not able to take advantage of situations like that. Jimmy Garoppolo today, a much better option for a team like Seattle, for example, right?
Far greater.
That's why you like when we're talking about these guys that it's tough to, find mediocrity. I look at Jimmy Garoppolo. You don't think he's better than mediocre? And right now in Seattle, you are well below mediocre.
Yeah, and I don't know what they're thinking. I mean, but yeah, Jimmy, perfect example. I mean, and he got paid coming out of New England. How many games did he start for New England before he got shipped off?
I think it was.
Yeah, it wasn't a lot at all, and he got paid.
Because Brissett started a good amount too. He got hurt. He got hurt when he was with New England, if I'm not mistaken, didn't he?
I think he did. Who Jacoby? Or Jimmy?
No, Jimmy G. I think that's why Jacoby played. I think that's why Jacoby wound up getting jobs too. Brissett came in too. That's why he wound up kind of bouncing around the league because he did quite well. And I mean, regarding the circumstance, he did pretty decent when he went in when Brady was down.
Yeah. I mean, but Jimmy G. I mean, that's a great example though. And then you look at him. I mean, insert him on the Seahawks. Much better than the options that they have available. And I love the point that you made about comparing these quarterbacks to guys who are just in a completely different stratosphere. Like those guys up there and Bills Mafia. I mean, thank the good Lord or whoever, that we have a guy who's up there like that. But you're not going to find too many at all Josh Allens or Pat Mahomes. You're just not going to find those guys. So you're going to have to settle for the other tier. And it's okay to have guys who are not Josh Allen, who are not Pat Mahomes, but to find guys who are competent. That's all you need. And people talk about, system quarterbacks. Oh, he's a system quarterback. But guess what? It takes a quarterback who's competent enough to run the system.
Yeah, okay. And if everybody was like Josh Allen, guess what? There wouldn't be a bad team in the league, and it would be unwatchable because you can't have good teams without bad teams. No, and that's the way the league functions, right?
You're right.
But back to Jimmy Garoppolo and your point there, Rev, I didn't even realize this, and I would not have guessed this. He didn't even throw 100 attempts in New England. He didn't even throw 100
I knew it was very,
balls
very
in New England over 3 years. And look what he's been able to accomplish throughout his years. And like I said, like Rev doubled down on, no, and everybody knows it. Jimmy G, he's not a franchise changer. But if you are in a position where your choices are Geno Smith or Drew Lock, you cannot sit here and tell me that you don't want Jimmy G taking the snaps. And that is why you pay Kyler Murray, and that is why the Ravens need to pay Lamar Jackson, because you don't want to wind up with your options being Drew Lock, Geno Smith, or having to pay Jimmy G, who, yes, is, slightly above mediocre, which at this point for several teams, and there'll be several more teams next year, maybe due to injury or whatever the hell else trades,
right,
that will need a guy like Jimmy G.
Yeah,
so that's how I see it.
Yeah, and speaking of Seattle, I it makes me think that I think they're tanking. You know what I'm saying?
They are. They have to be, right?
But then again, because I mean, you missed. I mean, you didn't go after Baker Mayfield. You didn't go after Baker. Yeah. You're not going after. I mean, Jimmy. You're not going to sign him. So it lets me know that you're content with just trotting out, the likes of Geno Smith. Come on now, and Drew Lock, and you're trying to get as high of a draft pick as you can. That's basically what it is, because it's not competitive.
I definitely agree with you in the tanking respect, because it seems like the only thing that has me apprehensive about it, Pete Carroll's not young enough to tank. I can't see Pete Carroll willingly entering into a tank scenario, because he is not young enough to rebuild completely with this team and then see the fruits of his labor. Whoa. So that's what makes me wonder. But then again, you might as well tank, Brad, because the Seattle Seahawks are winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and also lets me know. I mean, could he be on his way out? Could they be transitioning? I
do wonder that.
And thinking, you know what? Hey, we're going to let Pete Carroll ride us out, and it's just going to be bad thing. It's going to be a bad thing. But hey, we're going to have a high draft pick and probably let Pete Carroll go and bring in a whole new head coach and let him get his quarterback and just kind of rebuild that way.
Here's another question, too, that we can just think about personally here. Let's go back to the pre-Josh Allen days. And if there was a guy like Jimmy G out there, I'm sorry, but all of us would have been on our hands and knees just begging for something like that to just be in Buffalo. Yes. You want to know why? Because it wasn't an utter dumpster fire. So that we have been there. So when people try to act like they don't understand why Jimmy G, should get paid or should be, that blows my mind. Right. Because it's a position we were in for far too long, and we know it. We know it.
Oh, we know it. We know it. We know it up close and personal.
Yeah.
Up close and personal. Yeah. There is. I mean, I could go down the list, and we don't want to go through that. I don't want to. I don't want to depress anybody. But come on,
we are 49 days away. Jeez. Let's stay in a good mood. We don't need to do that shit anymore. Thank God.
Yes.
Before we get into more questions, I figured we'd touch on this right now, Rev, since we're kind of off on a nice. I like that tangent, because to me, I love looking at situations like this, because not only does it put into perspective our current situation, but it also puts into perspective the situation the Bills would have been in if Josh Allen did not work out. I mean, think about it.
Oh, my gosh.
Think about all these other organizations. I mean, just today, Rev, it was announced. This is another great example. And I thought about this. We were talking about this a couple of days ago, me and my buddies, and it hit me again today when I heard this. The city of Cincinnati just unanimously decided on an indoor practice facility. Cincinnati has never had that, and it gets colder than hell in Cincinnati, just like it does in Buffalo. Do you think if Joe Burrow wasn't on that team, and do you think if Cincinnati didn't have the run they had last year, that they would have an indoor practice facility this year unanimously? No.
No.
Do you think if Josh Allen didn't work out, Rev, the Bills will be building a new stadium in a couple of years?
Absolutely.
I don't know. I don't know. I really don't. I really don't know. It would have had to have happened, but it wouldn't have happened as easily as it did. I'll tell you that.
Right.
For sure. And you look at that. I was listening, and I was on a road trip this past weekend. I was coming back from my girlfriend's Rev. And I had this conversation with my buddy who was traveling with me, because we were listening to Colin Cowherd on the way back. And he was talking about the Jacksonville Jaguars and how they had the 30th worst revenue in the NFL last year, despite, getting Trevor Lawrence and on the rebuild. And Cowherd was making the example of, listen, it's going to get to the point sooner or later here where you're just going to have to ship that team out of Jacksonville. And then it hit me.
Yeah, say it. Come on.
It hit me.
How close were we?
this close. And that's what we had the conversation. Me and my buddy, we had this conversation. I go, do you understand how legitimately close the Bills were? Because I thought about it as Coward was talking about that. I go, imagine being a Jaguars fan right now, a diehard Jacksonville Jaguars fan, listening to Coward pretty much give you a harsh reality, because it's true. If you continue to blow and your ticket sales are in the gutter, they are going to ship you out of there. The NFL is not going to babysit you while you decide to get your act together. This is a money-making business. The Bills were in that same department. And, whether the Bills ever wind up hosting a championship or not, you can never deny the fact, especially if Josh Allen continues to play the way he does, he absolutely saved the franchise, along with Brandon Beane and Sean McDermott. If things did not go the way they did, if they went completely opposite, like they did in Cleveland, like they did with not Arizona, because they got it together after Josh Rosen, but if they did like with New York and Sam Darnold, you would be looking at a whole different landscape here. Not just, wins and losses. We're talking about a whole different landscape, one that makes me sick to even think about.
It would be disgusting, and we don't even want to go there. I mean, because we've been there for 20 plus years, but just imagine though. I mean, it would be awful, and we know how it felt when even before the Pagulas came in, and there were rumors of talks about shipping the Bills north of the border.
Yeah,
and so,
Bon Jovi and Donald Trump sending them out to Toronto. Oh, can't wait! Give me a break.
Yeah.
Good God, it's how easy we forget, Rev, and I know I do sometimes. But this is why when these contracts come out, or I hear this news about Cincinnati, it's the little things that I love thinking about, because it really does put into perspective what it was, and even more scary, what it could have been. And I think what was on the horizon, if the Bills continued down the way that they were, was even more bleak than it had ever been during the drought years. I really do think that.
Yeah, it absolutely would have been.
John DeMarchi coming in. Appreciate you, John, as always, for tuning in, and the super chat. Johnny's saying, if Pagula doesn't buy the Bills, the number 2 bidder was, remember, Donald Trump before he went political. Trump would never have kept the Bills in Buffalo. They would be in LA right now. Yeah, I mean, at that point, there was no team in LA before there was 2 teams. An LA team was inevitable. That's why they want to move another team to Dallas, or these cities that are just thriving and, of course, have the facilities to function. Yeah, Donald Trump would never have kept them in Buffalo. Of course he wouldn't have.
And I'm about
if Rev, and I'm sure you agree with me
businessman, go ahead. Say
if I have no affiliation to the Bills or sports, and I could give a damn, my only care in the world is dollar signs, I'm not keeping the Bills in Buffalo either.
That's right. So,
you have reality.
From a businessman's perspective, especially like you had mentioned, a guy who has no affiliation with Buffalo whatsoever. It made tons of sense. I mean, even the Pagulas. I mean, we thought about. I mean, we even heard these rumors during the whole negotiations with the new stadium about them potentially even looking into Austin. I know.
I remember when that was heating up for a week, and I'm like,
So come on, and that's with Josh Allen. So.
And look, and these things matter. Once again, I saw they released the jersey sale numbers. Josh Allen, outside of Russell Wilson, and those numbers made sense. Russell Wilson had the highest selling jersey in the past few months. Of course he did. He's on a new team. Everybody who's a Broncos fan bought a Russell Wilson. Guess who's number 2? Josh Allen. I mean, these things, it is so much more than the W's and L's, man. It is everything that comes with building a business. And that is what the NFL and each 32 entities within it is. And the Bills are a thriving business now, and they weren't for a very long time. And when you hear situations like what Jacksonville's in, and Jacksonville, it's not like they're irrelevant. They got, quote unquote, the greatest, college recruit of all time. So we weren't that far away, is what I'm saying. So speaking of Josh Allen and how great the Bills are, we love doing that, Rev, right? We love doing that.
Yes.
Madden thinks the Bills are pretty good too, Rev. Madden thinks the Bills are pretty good too. Now, of course, we don't have good for Madden. Speaking of business and just drawing out, milking the cow, Madden knows what they're doing. They're in cahoots with ESPN. So what they've done is every day this week, they've announced the overall rankings of each positional group. And of course, they save quarterbacks till Friday. We will see. If Josh Allen's not above a 95, I'm going to be absolutely out of my mind pissed, because he is not
99.
He's not 99. They've already announced all the 99, so he's not 99.
Oh, no, he's not. He's not 99. Okay.
No, but Rev, I don't know how much Madden you play. I know you said that you like the game. I don't know how much Madden you play. He's not very good in the game as far as throwing the ball is concerned,
Right.
at least compared to other guys in the league who are considered top tier players. Madden needs to get it right tomorrow. I'm hoping for that. I'm also interested to see who's he going to be above, who's he going to be below, whatever. But based on the positional groups that we already have, Madden thinks the Bills are not too shabby, Rev. Here's what I've looked at. I've compiled and went through all the different positional groups and the rankings, and we have got a top 11 player in just about every single major positional group right now, outside of course, the quarterback. Again, we don't know, but we'll know tomorrow. But here's what Madden had to say, Rev. I want to get your thoughts. I want to get the chat's thoughts. By the way, keep those questions coming. We're going to get back to them right after this. So here we go, Rev. I'm going to go from the highest rankings they had all the way down to the lowest, and kind of just put into perspective here. Once again, and I always say it, once again, I'm just going to put into perspective here how good them Buffalo Bills are, right?
Come on now.
And Madden thinks the same thing. So, and this, you're going to like this one, right? I don't know if you saw this one, but they put some respect on your boy Tre'Davious White's name, who we know has been getting snubbed in a lot of these lists.
Yeah.
Rev, Madden had Tre'Davious White as the third best corner in the game.
Oh, snap. Third
He
best.
is the third best overall corner in Madden 23.
Get out of town.
Yes.
There you go. For those who think that Trey is not a top cornerback in the league, Madden would disagree.
And it doesn't stop there as far as the Bills' backfield is concerned. They have Micah Hyde as the fifth best safety and Jordan Poyer as the eighth best safety. The Bills are the only team to have two players in their backfield in the top 10 of the Madden rankings when it comes to safety duos. So there, Rev. Sheesh. Are you kidding?
That is just another negotiating point and tactic for your man, Jordan Poyer.
Imagine walking in, hey, listen, B, they got me at 8 on Madden. You need to pony up, boy. Come on. They got Stephon Diggs, fifth best wide receiver.
That makes sense.
And I looked at the list. I mean, I get it. I get it. I mean, I think that's fair. The wide receiver thing to me is there's so many nuances to it. Like everybody always says Devontae Adams is solidified one. I guess I get that. But I think that position to me is so interchangeable. There's so many guys who do so many different things. That's why I've always been the biggest advocate for Tyreek Hill being like the one guy I think I would take if I had a draft of all these wide receivers, just because not only can he do most everything else that everybody else can do, but he's faster than every single one of them by a mile. That's why I always thought.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Diggs being fifth, that makes sense. Behind what? Devontae Adams, Cooper Kupp, Tyreek Hill, DeAndre Hopkins, and then Diggs. Yeah, that makes sense.
Now, they also put some respect on. I was actually a little bit shocked by this. They did put some respect on Tremaine Edmonds' name. He is the eighth best middle linebacker in the entire game. So for those who are constantly on the fence about Tremaine Edmonds, and we know there's many of those, Madden feels that he is a solidified top 10 middle linebacker rather in the game. Now, do you think that is low, high, or right on the nose, Rev?
I've been a Tremaine critic for my personal reasons, but I'm coming along and I'm starting to see the light and seeing just the responsibility that's been on this young man's plate.
Right.
And so with him being in the top 10, I don't think it's too low at all. Tremaine Edmonds is a very, very good inside linebacker when you consider everything that he does for the Buffalo Bills and the defense as a whole, plus his responsibility, et cetera. I mean, he does a great job for what he's asked to do within our defense. And I'm thinking like, hey, we may have our disagreements about what he does and what he doesn't do, but I guarantee you there are other teams out there who at the end of the season would love to get their hands on Tremaine Edmonds. So him top 8, top 10. Yeah, makes plenty of sense. I'm okay with it.
And now Dawson Knox, he just missed the cut of the top 10. They had him at 11 in the tight end department. Now, we've had this talk before. I think last year he was definitely, he was like a top 5, top 8, you can always have an argument, but he was right up there last year as far as tight ends.
Yeah.
I think another good year out of Dawson Knox. You're not going to see many top 10 tight end lists without him in it. I think, last year was obviously a breakout year for him, but he's had some iffy years prior. I think if we get another if we get another real solid year out of Dawson Knox, you're going to see a lot more widespread respect for him.
Yeah, definitely.
Coming up here.
Yeah, I like Dawson Knox. He had a very a big leap, man. So I'm looking forward to what he can do if he can put it together, this year and going forward.
Yeah, he really cut out the drops and the touchdowns. Of course, we know tied for first among all tight ends. So another great year out of Dawson Knox is anticipated, and I think once he gets that, he's really going to solidify himself towards the top end of tight ends in this league.
That's a good list of a tight end list. I mean, that's really good. It's tough to crack that top 10.
Exactly. I know it's really tough. And I mean, you do look at that list and you're kind of taken back almost as to how many great tight ends there really is in this league. I mean, there really is only Travis Kelce. There really are only like kind of like quarterback, those super freaks, Gronk, Kelce, Kittle. But there are a lot of other guys who are just real pivotal cornerstones to their team. Yeah. Speaking of which, how about Rudolph signing with the Buccaneers today? That kind of said that Gronk really might be actually retired.
He's I think he's done, man. So yeah, I like that. We'll see what happens. I don't know. But they still got
Tom Brady. Well, Tom Brady needs another weapon. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They got Brady.
I heard this earlier. Nobody's thrown more touchdowns to a tight end in their career ever than Tom Brady. Now he gets Rudolph on the Bucs to do that with as well. Johnny coming in with a super chat. Appreciate it, Johnny, with the Canadian dollars.
There you go.
I like that.
Love it.
Bringing my wife to her first game. Ooh, and it's going to be a doozy. The home opener on Monday Night Football against the Tennessee Titans. Johnny says, coming from Windsor, Ontario, staying a few days, need to find a list of must-dos and eats, suggestions. You brought it full circle, Johnny, with the questions. And nobody likes answering these questions more than your boy, Bot. I love this. So I actually just got these questions asked to me yesterday. It was cool. We had a thread of guys who somebody had asked the best place to eat in Buffalo, and he had asked me and a couple other guys, and he asked Reggie Gilliam. And Reggie Gilliam, speaking of which, we were talking about him earlier, he pops in and he hit me with he responded and he said something that I haven't tried yet. He said the lemon pepper wings at Bar Bill are off the charts. I didn't even know they had that. So that's on my list now. But
there you go.
Let's get into it a little bit, Johnny, here. Let me give you the rundown, all right? Bar Bill is an absolute must. I'm sure you've heard about that by now. If you haven't, I mean, I don't really know how you couldn't. If you're within the Bills community, online, if you have a pair of eyes and have an internet connection, you know that Bar Bill is the undisputed spot that you got to try. But there are several places that you're going to have to check out when you're in Buffalo. But Bar Bill is the one. You got to try the Cajun honey butter barbecue. You can't get wings like that anywhere else. You got to try the blue cheese, even if you're not a blue cheese guy. Listen, I did the same thing with Rico. I got him those wings. I got him the blue cheese, and he gave it the signed, sealed, delivered approval. And that is a man who eats wings with sour cream. So you know that it was good. It changed his mind a bit. So you are going to try Bar Bill for sure. Now, another one that's very underrated, they have erratic hours. No one ever talks about it. Not enough, at least, I think. But amongst the public eye, I never hear it being talked about. The only time you ever hear about these guys is unless you're talking about somebody who's from the Buffalo area or local, whatever. I'm a big fan of the 9/11 wings. 9/11 wings, they are incredible. Now, I don't understand the hours there. You never know when the hell they're open, but if you can catch them when they are open, their wings are incredible. I would definitely try them out. Now, I will say, if it's your first time in Buffalo, you should go to Duff's. I mean, Duff's is like the place that everybody, thinks about. If you were to survey the country and they're like, okay, who's the wing joint in Buffalo? They're going to say Duff's. Now, Duff's wings are good. Of course they're good. I mean, any wings in Buffalo are really good. They're not as good as those other two at all, but they're good. And I think if you want the authentic, Buffalo touristy style experience, I definitely think that Duff's is something that you should do. Now, another one that I know is up there, everybody loves, Elmo's has really good wings. I mean, realistically, man, go to Bar Bill, make sure you do that. And then after that, if you're still looking for wings, dude, you can really just pull in anywhere, man. I mean, you're not going to be swinging and missing anywhere, really. So definitely do that. Now, I'm trying to think. If you have an opportunity, I don't know if you will. I don't know how long you're going to be there for. Go up to Niagara Falls. Absolutely. You should totally go check out the falls. especially if you don't get up to the Buffalo area often. One of the great wonders of the world. You can't beat it. I've seen it a million times, and every time I see it, it's still, takes you back, man. It really is an incredible sight, especially if you're with your wife. It's a very romantic area.
Is it nice? Yeah,
it is. It is. I mean, it's just. I mean, shit, dude. It's like a 2-mile long waterfall. You can't beat it. The thing's insane.
Like it's that big. Golly, man.
Yeah. Wow. So I would definitely hit up the falls. Everybody in here is saying Gabriel's Gate, by the way. They do have good wings as well. Like I said, I mean, every time you ask somebody, they're gonna probably tell you a million different joints. At the end of the day, what does that tell you? You're not missing out in Buffalo, man.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
You're not missing. Go to Allentown if you want to go out for a bit, get a drink or whatever. That's fun. They've renamed it, of course, Josh Allentown. My cousin Vintage is out there. Really cool, like consignment shop that sells vintage Bills gear. It's awesome, man. It's like stepping into the 80s and 90s there. They have everything in there. Super cool. I like that type of stuff. I like vintage stuff, throwback stuff. They got all that stuff. So I would definitely check that out. And then, man, for the Monday nighter, I'd get to the lots, man, at like noon. I would get maybe even earlier. I don't know. I don't know if your wife is gonna. Maybe she's run circles around you. I have no idea how I don't know how the dynamic works in the house. But if you're both into having a good time, which you're Bills fans, I'm assuming you are, get to the lots, man, and really make the most out of that tailgate. It's going to be the home opener, obviously. Football's back, but it is the rare instance where you get the home game in Buffalo where you have the entire day to do the tailgate. Usually you're there at like 8 and the game kicks off at 1.
Yeah.
Rev, dude. And that's why I'm trying to get you. When I get you up, I'm trying to do the prime time, man, because that is like the ultimate. It's basically like these primetime games are like Christmas for like Bills fans who are at the game, because you get the best of both worlds, right? You get the tailgate. You get the games on during the day, so you get all those out of the way. You can watch those at the tailgate. You get the tailgate all day, and then there's no environment. I mean, every Sunday, no matter what, the Bills Stadium, the Ralph is rocking. It's the best experience ever. But something about those lights, man, it just brings out a whole other freak, a whole other animal, man. So
I got to come down there, man. We got to make it a night game, man, a primetime game this year. We need to get with the fellas, man, and make sure that we can get to that one.
And the extra special thing for Johnny here on the home opener, it's just, dude, everybody's been caged for a year. They are unleashing the dogs that night, baby. Everyone's back. So that is cool, man. But Johnny, keep us posted. I mean, I know it's, we got 7 weeks here, but let us know how you enjoy your experience. And if you are in the area, and if we wind up going to that one, we're trying to figure out what we're doing here and getting the gang together for game. Let us know where you're at, and if not, we don't meet up with it. Let us know how the trip to Buffalo was, man. I always love hearing about, like I always tell you, Rob, I always take it for granted being so local, and people who aren't, when they get up, I love hearing, because I don't know, man. I couldn't imagine. Rob, I couldn't imagine being like in your spot, because it's all I've known. You know what I mean? Yeah. All I've known is it being right there. Like, I would not know what it would feel like to I really could be away from it. Yeah. Thinking of a fairy tale, like pulling up there for the first time, I would not know like what that would feel like. That's why I'm so stoked for you. I'm telling you.
I don't know, man. Yeah. I'm going to try. It's going to happen, dude.
You're going to have to, bro. You would have to. I'll cry for you, bro. I will cry for you.
Yeah, let's do it, man. I'm down.
I love it.
Yeah.
Johnny boy.
John comes in here.
Johnny, and Jeff.
That's it. John comes in here with the super chat. Appreciate you, John. He says, Gabriel Davis in his first 2 seasons, and including the playoffs, went 84 catches and 18 touchdowns. Justin Jefferson was amazing in himself, 17 touchdowns first 2 years. People are still sleeping on Gabe.
Yeah, and you want to know what's crazy about that too is Justin Jefferson is the wide receiver 1.
Yes.
So, I mean, look at Gabriel Davis. I think, maybe it's just because we're in the Bills circle, Rev, but I think everybody has this insane expectation. I mean, you can't watch that Chiefs game and not just have like sky high expectations, right? Yeah. For Gabe Davis. It's not like he's one of those guys, at least I think, that the majority of the casual fans outside of Buffalo are, circling. I don't think so. Same thing that we were just talking about with Dawson Knox. I mean, he led the league in touchdowns for tight ends. You don't really hear much about him either. So I think for both those guys, I think this year's a big year for both those guys. Not only for the Bills, of course, but I think for themselves, right? Personal brand, contracts. Those are two big scenarios right there that I look at. That if they have another great year, I mean, look out.
Gosh. Yeah, Dawson's going to get paid if he gets another good year. I think sky's the limit for Gabe Davis. I really do. I've said it before that I think that this is the year where we can see Diggs and Davis end up with 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, just alone, not including playoffs, but in the regular season. I think it's going to be that type of a season for them. Granted, Gabe is going to be going up against higher competition, but still, man, when every time he's gotten his opportunity, he has just taking it. I mean, and ran with it, right? I mean, you just can't, like, 2 years worth of stats and the guy averages over 16 yards of reception. Like that's just, you just don't get lucky doing that, right?
No.
And then he puts in the work and he gains weight this year. He's even bigger, stronger, probably just as fast too. The guy has incredible hands. He catches just about everything that comes his way. I'm really excited about Gabe Davis this year.
Now, I'm guessing, Johnny, that had to include the playoffs, right? It absolutely had to. And Justin Jefferson hasn't played in the playoff game. But like you said here, I mean, how many people would think that? I don't think anybody would think that. Playoffs or not, I don't think anybody's thinking he's got more touchdowns than Justin Jefferson. Yeah. No. So, I mean, like I just touched on here, you couldn't watch that game against the Chiefs and think to yourself, well, clearly the ceiling here is just astronomical. Right. And then you see Dawson Knox, like with the touchdown he had against the Patriots there, where the ball was basically halfway into the stands and he goes in. It's like,
he snatched it by the end of it.
Yeah. That's the other great thing about this team too. It's like, not only is the majority of these positional groups fantastic, but a lot of them have so much more to go, including Josh Allen. But what I look at, I mean, you got James Cook, you don't even know yet, right? You got Kaiir Elam, who was drafted to be a solidified, stud at corner. You got Tremaine Edmonds. You got Ed Oliver, Rousseau. I mean, there's so many guys on a team that's already loaded, but the majority of these guys, I mean, yeah, of course, you do have your great veteran presence with Micah Hyde and Jordan Poyer and now Von Miller. I mean, you have that, right? But a lot of these guys, man, a lot of these guys haven't even touched their potential yet.
Oh man, the potential in these guys is ridiculous, and that's why I love what Brandon Beane does, man. The talent that he goes after, he loves these guys who have traits and has just an incredibly high ceiling. Maybe their floor is not as high as others, but man, if they can maximize their potential, you have guys in the upper stratosphere of their positions on your team, and they trusted coaching to get that out of these guys. I mean, so yeah, I mean, you have a guy like Gabe Davis. Jeez, I mean, come on now. What round was he? What, a fourth round pick or fifth round pick?
Fourth round for Gabe
Fourth
Davis.
round pick.
Yeah.
And this guy's about to kill it. You know what I'm saying? And then James Cook, another guy. I mean, you're getting me excited about it, man. I mean, you're getting me.
I don't even know what to do with it anymore. Like I was telling you, me and Rob were talking earlier. I go, dude, this is getting ridiculous. Can we just please? I mean, honest to God, if you want to do that thing that they do to me, or if you want to do that thing to me that they do in the Matrix, where they put you in that like pod filled with like goo and you just kind of sleep for like months at a time. I will get in that thing right now and you can wake me up on September 8th. And I wouldn't care. Like, honest to God, wouldn't care. As long as it felt like 2 seconds, put me in that pod, fast forward.
Come on. Let's just do it. Let's do it. It's going to be an incredible year. Incredible year. Silas Whittle, he asked, how many for Davis? I think he's asking how many touchdowns can we project for Davis, and he says 11.
Didn't you say earlier this season that you're projecting 2,000-yard receivers, and I think you said maybe two 10 TD years, or was that? Yeah.
I definitely think that Gabe is going to have the double digits this year. I mean, he's a touchdown guy, man. It's just what he is. But now with the increased targets, it's inevitable for him to get in the end zone even more. So yeah, Silas, you said 11. I mean, that's very, very, very possible. I think he's going to have a phenomenal year. Both he and Diggs together, which is going to be incredible when you think about it, which means Josh Allen MVP year this year. I mean, he's going to go off, I think. So it's going to be great.
I got to go back and touch on what Johnny DeMarchi said, because Gabe Davis does not have 18 touchdowns. Gabe Davis has 13 touchdowns in his career, but ultimately still, you're splitting hairs at that point. I mean, I want to fact check that, just because, somebody will take that clip and be like, oh, he doesn't have more touchdowns than Justin Jefferson. What the hell are you talking? Some crazy Vikings fan, whatever. But look at, Justin Jefferson was a first
3 or 4. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Justin Jefferson was a first-round pick that they traded away Diggs to acquire. Gabe Davis is a fourth-round pick. If I'm only a 5-touchdown difference, especially when he's my wide receiver 2, right? Justin Jefferson's the main dog there.
Exactly.
So even if it's a 5-touchdown difference, I don't give a damn. I mean, if I'm getting that on my 4th-round production, and granted, Gabe Davis wasn't even wide receiver 2 last year. Really?
No, he wasn't.
No.
Yeah.
So
I mean, he's always been 3 or 4, just depending upon the progression. But yeah, I mean, he's always been, behind John Brown and Cole Beasley with Diggs, and then behind Emmanuel Sanders. I mean, so like now
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I got to fact check myself again. I got to correct myself again. Johnny DeMarchi, you're way smarter than me. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot.
Was he including playoffs?
Yes, I looked at it wrong. John, how dare I question you? I know you're the Messiah. You're always coming with the good stats. I'm an absolute moron. I should read John DeMarchi, for God's sakes. That was last year's stats. I wasn't looking at his career stats. I'm a dummy. I'm a big dummy. Dumb.
For his touchdowns?
Sorry, Johnny. We had such a good convo going on about that. I got to be like, oh, hey, Johnny, I don't mean to put you in your place, but I had to fact check you just to fact check myself. I'm a dummy, Johnny. Sorry. Gabe Davis, GOAT, and he is better than Justin Jefferson in that department. Sorry, Johnny. No, I was looking at the 2021 stats, and I'm like, well, wait a minute. The only reason I said something is because I know damn well someone's going to say something, and I'm going to look like a damn fool without fact checking it. And then what wound up happening, Johnny? I look like a damn fool anyways. I cannot avoid that.
Yeah. Jenna says, 13 regular season, 5 in the playoffs. Yeah.
Yes, that is accurate. 4 in which came in one game. So, I mean, if we're talking about double-digit touchdowns this coming season, well, he was just about halfway there in one divisional game against the Chiefs, Rev. So, and we've talked about this, right? We don't expect that from Gabe Davis week in and week out. We'd be morons to do that. We don't expect Josh Allen to play like he did against the Patriots or the Chiefs every week. We would be fools to expect that. But we have said this before. Walter, thank you, buddy. I needed that. If we get that once every other 4 weeks, we're still talking a quarter of the season here where you are getting some of the most electric, dominant play we have not only just, seen in Buffalo or recently, we're talking all time. I mean, that was Gabe Davis. That was the playoff record.
Dude.
That was the single game playoff record.
Oh, man.
And if Josh Allen would have made the AFC playoffs, if he would have made the AFC championship, I don't know. There would have been some records that would have been absolutely dismantled. I don't know which ones.
Demolished them, yeah.
I mean, we're talking like pissed on. I don't even know, but.
Oh, my gosh. Dude. we need to pick me up, man. Oh, man, we need to be lifted up, man, because golly, that year, man. Jeez. It would have been ours.
God,
it would have been ours, ladies and gentlemen. It would have been ours. I believe.
Whatever. It'll be better this year, anyways. It'll be better. It'll be more fun. I didn't want it last year.
There we go.
I wanted to wait a while.
Yeah.
Like I said, I was telling Rev at the top of the show, I have to save more money so I can buy all the shit. I didn't want to win it last year, anyways. I didn't have the money for it.
That's it.
I got to keep saving. I got to sell some assets so I can afford more Bills memorabilia when they win the Super Bowl. That's what I got to do. It'll give me more time.
That's right.
You know what? Back to Johnny's thing, and not just because I feel bad for making it seem like he was wrong, because that's exactly what I did, and I'm an idiot. But the more I keep thinking about that, like he said earlier, I actually would never in a million of years have guessed Gabe Davis has more touchdowns than Justin Jefferson. That is crazy.
Yeah.
How is that even possible? Now that it's kind of hitting me, I'm thinking about it a little bit more.
Yeah.
Like, that's nuts.
He's just been a touchdown machine, man. I mean, that's and he just performs, man. Under pressure, you give the guy the targets, you give the guy the opportunity. He's gonna do it. Which is why it makes so much sense when you consider the fact that he's going to be probably the number 2 receiver in this offense coming into this year. He is going to explode. So my expectations for him, for me, are not just like through the moon, but I really think that it's realistic for us to see Gabe Davis hit that 1,000 receiving yard mark this year with double-digit touchdowns. I can see it easily.
You know what's wild? Before we touch on Johnny's next super chat here, because he is just spreading love
fire,
tonight.
Johnny. Come on,
sure,
man.
I am putting my damn place.
Yeah.
After looking at the stats wrong, because Johnny can read, I can't. But what I just did read was interesting to me, based on the fact that we're talking about Stephon Diggs, Justin Jefferson, and Gabriel Davis. Stephon Diggs is ranked the 5th best wide receiver in Madden. Justin Jefferson is ranked the 6th best. So how about the fact that you get the 5th best, and then the player that Madden believes is just a notch below that player has less touchdowns than another guy in the Bills roster who's on the same roster as the 5th place guy.
Yeah.
I love the Bills. I love the Bills, and they're very good, Rev. I like them a lot.
It's an embarrassment of riches we have on this team, man.
Here's Johnny again, as promised. Last super chat, love to all. Do you know who the NFL's highest rated playoff passer in NFL history was? Well, I do now. Johnny, who I'm not going to fact check this time. We're taking his word for it, baby. 14 touchdowns, 1 pick. And think about this, John, and the rest of everybody here. That was in 2 games. It was in 2 games.
Gosh. Just ridiculous, man.
Look at that. Look at that. And dude, that is insane.
That is insane, man.
And if they made it to the Super Bowl, we're talking, dude.
The record would have been demolished.
Dude, we're talking about 20 plus TDs. I just want to look this up for fun. I want to look up quarterbacks who did not throw 20 TDs last year.
Oh my gosh.
And we're talking about the entire season. Dude. That is insane, because dude, there's no way he wasn't throwing 3 apiece in those games, right?
Oh yeah, I mean, because
4 and 1, 2 and another, whatever.
Easily. I mean, so he was at 14, yeah, and then at home he was going to go off against the Bengals. He probably would have darn near gotten close to hitting it again in the AFC Championship game.
All right, you ready for this, Rob?
Let's do it.
So let's just assume, because based on those numbers, we can very safely assume, because Josh Allen was on a 7 touchdown a game clip, we can assume he would have had 3 apiece had they made the Super Bowl, and Josh Allen continued on that trajectory. That would have put him at 20 touchdowns in the playoffs last season, okay? Jesus Christ. So just to put that into perspective, right? In all of 2021, here are the quarterbacks that threw 20 or less touchdowns.
This is ridiculous.
Matt Ryan, Jimmy Garoppolo, Trevor Lawrence, Taylor Heineke, who had several starts, Lamar Jackson, who I know was injured, but just saying, Davis Mills, who started plenty of games for Houston, Tua, who had 16. How about I wish Kevin was here. How about this?
Yeah, me too.
How about this? Josh Allen, dude, that ain't even right. Josh Allen had 14 touchdowns in 2 playoff games. Tua Tagovailoa had 16 touchdowns the entire season.
And Dolphins fans seem to think that they're going to win the division because they got Tyreek Hill. Give me a break. Give me a break. Your quarterback is not even in
period where people were trying to say he was better than Josh Allen. Do you remember that? I mean, was I on acid that week?
Gosh, man.
What was that?
Oh my gosh! I mean, what are they thinking? I don't know. I don't know what the. I mean, like maybe the weed is real good down there in Miami, and these guys are just out of their minds high. But there's absolutely no way you can sit there and say that 14 touchdowns in the playoffs, 2 games by Josh Allen compared to 16.
Wait, hold on. They're
from Tua.
saying it's not 2 games. Now I'm being an idiot again. You guys got to be clear. You
That
guys,
is 2
you guys
games,
know
isn't
how- I'm like, it's got to be. It's 14. That can't be total, right?
No.
Let me see.
Let's look. Come on, man.
Look. 14 seems low, I feel like, for his playoff stats, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. No. Damn it all, Rev.
No, we got to be
14 total.
total in what?
Total
Playoffs.
career total playoffs, yeah.
Career
right.
total play. Okay, career total.
All right, but listen, it's still better than Tua because listen, that's only 6 games. That's only 6 total games, and one of the games he didn't even throw a touchdown.
Yeah.
So in 5 all right, how about this? We'll just say this then. In
right, this is
5
6
playoff games, not as good as 2. Sorry. For some reason, I don't know why that. You want to know what? The way that Patriots and Chiefs game went, I'm sorry, but you could have now that I've months have gone by and I've forgotten, you could have told me that there was 14 total in those 2 games. I probably would have believed it like an idiot. Yeah. But that's just kind of how dominant those games were. But the more I think about it now, that would have been 7 touchdowns in 2 games, Rev. And yeah, that didn't happen. And and I just didn't look at it for a while there. And it felt really good. But that did not happen.
I'm going with you, though.
Marco,
I'm like, hey, I got you back, though, bud. I got you.
Yeah, you were running with me, man. You were sprinting down that lane. I mean, didn't it sound so good? Like, didn't it really make you feel great?
It felt incredible, too, man. It did.
I wish you guys didn't say anything because I would have been happier than a pig in shit for the rest of the night. But anyway, yeah.
Oh, man.
Damn it. All right. Well, hey, thanks to Marco and whoever else in here put me in my place. But hey, 14 touchdowns and 1 interception in 5 games, Rev. And
5 compared to what?
2 last season and an entire season had 16.
Yeah.
So it's still
bad.
the principle of the point still stands.
It still stands.
It's just not as good. And now for the second time in about 20 minutes, I misread stats. I'm kind of like the anchor man with the I'm like Ron Burgundy with the teleprompter. You put it up, I'm just gonna read it. So be careful. Make sure you guys are doing the work for me in the chat because as you can see, I will read it. And you know what? Now that you know that I'm just gonna look like an idiot, you're probably just gonna keep throwing fake stats my way. So now I'm gonna have to do a whole lot more work just to make sure.
Just fact
The
checking
moral of the
everything.
story still stands, Rev. The moral of the story still stands.
It still. The point is that Josh is ridiculous. Tua is nowhere near his level. So it is what it is. And Tyreek Hill's not going to make him all of a sudden that good of a quarterback. It's just not going to happen. It's just.
Johnny wanted to clarify here, by the way, Rev. He said I would trade Gabe Davis for Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson, he's a beast, but we understand what you're saying. And not for nothing. It doesn't even, you don't even need to clarify. You don't even need Gabe Davis to be Justin Jefferson. The fact that the production level of a 4th rounder is that of a 1st rounder, and he's not even a wide receiver 1. You don't have to sit here and, explain yourself. And we all know the athleticism and the raw talent. Yeah, you're probably taking Justin Jefferson. I think anybody would, right? But the fact that you're getting those numbers from someone who was not meant to be a Justin Jefferson. That's what's even more impressive about it.
Absolutely.
That stands out.
Yeah, because we're getting almost the same for a lot less.
Oh God, yeah.
In terms of investment, yeah. So,
and that's what happens. That's what happens. A lot of these guys. Stephon Diggs. What was he? He was wasn't Diggs?
I think he was a
4th rounder, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
Let's
hey,
sure. 5th round. You were right, Rev. Yeah, 5th. So there you go. This is what happens. A lot of these guys. That's why the draft. That's why when it comes down to draft time, me, I'm like, dude, I don't know. Throw a dart at the board because one of these guys is going to be a beast, and one of these guys who they draft in the top 10 is going to absolutely blow. Mm-hmm. That's just the way it goes. And case in point, Darnold, not good. Baker, not very good. Rosen, god awful. Lamar Jackson, yet to be signed. And the dart hit Josh Allen. Oh, guess what? He wound up being the absolute superstar. The dart didn't hit the rest of them, and it is what it is. I mean, that's just, and it's like this every year for every position. You just, Yeah. Justin Jefferson's one of those guys who's supposed to be good, and he is good.
He definitely is.
Yeah.
But you can find these guys later in the draft who are producing. I mean, we've got it's Diggs 5th rounder, right? Gabe Davis 4th rounder.
I think I read somewhere there was like the majority of this Bills team is not first rounder. Like the majority of the starters. I mean, but that is another telltale sign of a well-built organization. You cannot just have your entire roster stocked to the brim with first-round guys. You have got to. That's why Bean is the magician. Now, like you were talking about earlier, oftentimes they'll take chances on guys who have high ceilings, but also high ceilings but low floors, or whatever the hell the saying is. You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
Oftentimes you would look at that as a gamble, but for the losses that they've had, and every team does, they have hit very, very many picks. I mean, think about it. The series in which he went from Tre'Davious White to Josh Allen, and then Tremaine Edmonds in the same draft.
Ed Oliver. Yeah.
Gabe Davis was a year to 2 years after that. I mean, it's just, you never know. You really never know.
And we have another guy.
I would much rather get Gabe Davis production out of the 4th round than having to expend a pick in the 1st round to get similar production when I already have a guy like Diggs.
Yeah.
The Vikings needed a wide receiver one.
They had to have it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
So, obviously you do that in round 1, but I wouldn't want to do that again to match that up with Diggs. Like they thought they were going to do it this year. There were plenty of people who thought the Bills would go wide receiver again this year in the 1st round.
Yeah.
So
and he didn't do it, and instead he got somebody else down in the 5th round who at the time in which he drafted him, Khalil Shakir, in round 5. So many GMs were talking about how upset they were that the Bills got him when they did, and they traded up for him, and he just fell to them at that spot. And another guy who has another high ceiling, maybe comparing to like a Robert Woods type of guy, could be even better. I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. But the fact of it is, Brandon Beane knows what the heck he's doing, baby. He's a great general manager, and I love that we've got such an embarrassment of riches here on this team, man.
Marco's saying that Tua didn't play a bunch of games. I know he didn't, but Marco, I know you've been on me, and you're right, and I hate when I'm wrong. And as you can see, I'm wrong quite a bit. But you gotta let me get my chance to dog on Tua. You gotta. I'm gonna take my licks where I can get them, Marco. I don't care how many games he played. I don't care if he had 16 touchdowns in one game and only played one.
Yeah,
I gotta get in my licks on Tua.
We're gonna get him and all year long. We're gonna.
Marco's saying he's not on yet. On me. No, he is. He's on me in the right way. He's keeping me in line. He needs to do that because, as you can see, I will run off for 10 minutes thinking Josh Allen had 14 touchdowns in 2 games. Marco,
that just felt so right, though, man. That just felt so right.
Why did it feel like it was right? I even said it. What did I say? I'm like, he's averaging 7 in 2 games. And you're like, yeah, isn't that crazy? And I'm like, yeah, that's amazing.
Let's do it.
Dude, that would be like Herculean God level type things. Like, dude, you would literally have to summon, I don't know, something. Maybe Josh Allen. I mean, I don't know. If you were to summon someone to do it, maybe it would be Josh Allen.
Well, he could do it. Yeah, I think he definitely can do it.
Yeah,
no doubt.
Well, smash
those likes, guys. Smash those likes for this misinformation we're spreading here.
No, well, hey, at least we are spreading it, but then we are then also correcting it. See, that is key.
That's a big difference.
Most of the time when misinformation is spread, it is spread with malintent. Ours is spread because we are not very smart. There's a big difference.
Oh, no, man. But you know who is smart? 106 of you guys are still watching this show right now.
That is faux show.
You guys are incredibly smart, man. We are so appreciative of the Buffalo Fanatics, man. Guys, like we are an hour and 40 something minutes in, man.
Well, you can just see my brain's rotting without football. When I got football, I have like folks. I mean, what am I? I mean, I'm so bored. I mean, it's like I'm so bored. I've been so football withdrawn that I have convinced myself that Josh Allen threw 7 touchdowns a game back to back without any inkling that was inaccurate. That is
still
how
seems
much
right.
I need ball back.
That
right?
still seems right to me. Even though I saw the right answer, it still seems
I think it's right.
It does.
And I think what I'm going to do after this is I'm going to hack into all these sites, even though I have no idea how to do that. Maybe I'll hire someone and we're going to change it.
Change the stats.
Make myself, because it did feel, why did it feel so right? I mean, this is why it felt right, Rev. It was 47-10 in the play in the wild card, and it was what, 42-34. I mean, even then,
you just slinging it, man. Like,
honest to God, man, those games, even though those numbers aren't true, that is just the ultimate indicator right there as to how insane those games were. Where you can watch those two, and you and I can, for even if it was for like a minute, you and I can think back on those games, and for at least, what was that, 5 minutes at the bare minimum, we were convinced that Allen had 14 touchdowns in those 2 games.
Didn't bat an eye. It just felt
like if the game
right.
sucked, right. If the game sucked, we wouldn't have, of course we wouldn't have thought that.
Right. But it made sense. It still makes sense in my head. So I don't know.
This is what I take away from this show. Josh Allen is so good that you could tell people like me that he had 14 touchdowns in 2 games, and I will believe you.
Yes.
That is
we can inflate all the, might as well. It's inflation season, right? So inflate all the Josh Allen stats, and we will believe it 100%.
This is a new game I'm going to do now. I am going to say this to my friends. I'm going to be like, dude, you remember when Josh Allen had 14 touchdowns in those 2 games? And if anybody says, dude, no, he didn't, are you freaking dumb? I'm like, dude, look it up. Look it up.
You do it.
What? NFL AFC playoffs 2022. Oh my God. That's look at Bobby. Bobby goes, this sucks. I just tuned in. Thanks, Bobby.
Man. Thanks, Bob. Appreciate you, buddy.
Look at Bobby,
Good
man.
job,
He's
man.
a
Good
stud.
job.
Look at Bobby, man.
Good job. Thanks for
Sorry
tuning in.
Hey, Bobby. Netflix exists.
There you
go watch something else. All right. Speaking of which, the reason it sucks is because we're coming to an end. And at the risk of further upsetting Bobby, as we roll on out of here. Poor Bobby. Right. Oh, yeah. Bobby. Oh, this sucks. Bobby. The show's coming to a close. We're an hour 45 in. I had a blast. Sorry, Bobby didn't.
Yeah.
Sorry, Bob.
It is what it is.
You did. I'm sorry. But I had a blast tonight, Rev. Thanks so much for joining us tonight on this Thursday night.
Loved it.
We are 49 days away, 7 weeks. And then next week when we join you, we'll be 6 weeks. And then 5 weeks, 4 weeks, 3 weeks. Boom, it's here. But in the meantime, the training camp is coming up. Sunday is when it kicks off. And before we end it, I actually want to touch on that a little bit. The more I'm thinking about it. I didn't talk about the training camp at all. Now I'm thinking about it. I played the music too early. I want to touch on that a little bit because the training camp does start on Sunday. And for those going, which by the way, I've been hearing that the ticket situation was just brutal.
Mm-hmm.
Like nobody got tickets. And that another indicator. I mean, I think people are coming from all over Earth and creation to come see Josh Allen.
They have to be.
Yeah. The Rochester economy is going to be booming. But here it is. So training camp kicks off Sunday. Practice is at 9:45 a.m. And the schedule continues from there. So it's Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and then into the following week, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Sunday, and then 2 more practices the following week after that. So in total, there will be 12 practices at St. John Fisher from Sunday, July 24th to August 11th. Now, I live locally here. If you're going and you've never been, what you got to do is you got to take a shuttle. You got to take a shuttle over from, I think it's Pittsford High School to St. John Fisher. Don't make the mistake of driving right to St. John Fisher because there will be nowhere to go. You can't park there. Now,
Oh, man,
the
something
shuttle
like
to
that.
me is the worst thing about it. Yeah, I know it sucks, but you can't fit the amount of people that are going to be there. You can't do it. So what you do is you park at St. John, or you park at the Pittsford High School. They take a shuttle over there. It's a quick shuttle. It's no biggie. It just is kind of annoying, and I feel like people might not know that all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're just kind of going like from out of town or whatever, and you don't know, that's one thing. If you're coming from out of town for the first time to Rochester for whatever reason, which I feel like there's got to be people who are doing that, go get a garbage plate, do it up. That is definitely something that you're going to want to knock off. At the training camp, they're going to have a massive like store set up inside, which is sweet. Go check that out. Yeah, got all the cool gear in there.
Hold on. But I got to interrupt you real quick, man, because
what do we got?
Might as well, because this goes on with the theme of tonight's show. So we're gonna have to send some flowers, man, some apologies to Bobby, man, because Bobby comes back and he says,
my man
says,
Bobby.
No, he says, yeah. He says, no, I'm going to rewatch it. That's what he's talking about.
But he said we suck.
No. He's just getting in. He's just tuning in, and it sucks. Meaning that he's just tuning in, and it sucks that he came in so late that he's watching it, so late. So he's gonna have to rewatch it. That's what he's saying.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Hold on. So wait. So wait a minute. So wait, we don't suck?
No. He said this sucks. I just tuned in. So when we reread it in context of what he's talking about, man, this sucks. I just tuned in. And he's saying the reason why is he's
I
talking
looked at this and I looked at Bobby's profile picture, and it looked like the way he's looking at me right now, based on the way I read it, I thought he wanted to kill me. And that's why I said nice profile picture, because based on him saying this sucked, and then the way I'm looking at the profile picture, it looks like he's looking into my soul. I thought he wanted us dead, and that got to me. And now you're telling me that's not what it meant?
That's not what it meant. No. This sucks.
Boys,
I just
we
tuned
need
in.
football back, Bobby.
Yeah,
if that's not what you meant, then I'm just a complete douche. I'm an asshole. I'm a dick. Bobby,
we apologize, Bobby. We apologize.
No. God damn it, Bobby.
I'm so sorry, man.
I thought Bobby wanted to kill me. I got very defensive. I thought Bobby wanted me dead. I clicked on that. Look at that. You can't tell me. Look at now. And imagine this. Now Bobby's got a very nice smile, right? Yeah. But imagine he tells you suck, and that he's looking at you with his eyes and the smile. You can't tell me that you wouldn't be terrified. If you take it into perspective, right? Imagine I'm looking at Rev right now, and I go like this.
Yeah.
I'm smiling, and I'm like, you suck, dude. You would think I want you dead, right? But if I was like, yo, Rev, like, this sucks, man. I just tuned in. This is great. You'd want to give me a hug.
That's why text,
give me a hug.
Text sucks, man. A lot of it just gets lost in translation, man. We just kind of miss it,
No, I feel so damn bad. You know what? No. Bobby, Bobby, hit me. I'm not even joking around. Bobby, on Twitter, you're gonna hit me up at ZachB22. You're gonna send me your address. No, I'm not gonna show up, and I'm not gonna hit you or whatever I thought you were gonna do to me. I am going to send you some Bills merch. I feel so bad. That is just not like. That's just not good. Like, that is not good of me to do that. And I hate that. God damn it, man. Tonight was just ridiculous. Jesus Christ. Can we just get the season to start, man?
Good, man. It's all
no, Bobby, sincerely, man. All love.
I'm just gonna keep on making
I feel like, as you can see, Bobby says he's not sensitive. I am sensitive. And I feel like the biggest freaking prick in the world right now. Yeah. So, Bobby, I'm going to get you taken care of. Please hit me up on Twitter. And I'm not kidding. If you don't hit me up on Twitter, then I'm really going to be mad.
Oh, man.
God damn. What was I talking about? Like, whatever. If you're coming to Rochester, get a plate, go watch the Bills. Do it. Whatever you got to do. I mean, I'm a fucking asshole. Man, that's funny. God almighty, man.
Oh, man. And
not only am I an asshole, I'm a dumb asshole. I'm an asshole. Once again, Josh Allen threw 14 touchdowns in 2 games.
Wait. What makes it bad? What makes it even worse is that here I am. Yeah, I'm just backing you up.
I know. Yeah, by the way, Can somebody please get me somebody on here? Where the hell is Evan? At least maybe Evan would have stepped in and been like, yo,
I'm just,
no, he likes you guys.
I'm
He's
your hype
just
man. I'm
mad
your
he
hype
missed
man,
the
dog.
show.
I'm your hype
He's
man,
not,
Bobby.
he's not insult. He's not
Oh man.
listen, but not for nothing. And this is not another indictment against Bobby. But Bobby, if there was ever an example of when you need to use a comma, that was it.
I wanted to say it, but I was like, no, I'm not gonna say it.
A comma, Bobby. That way I don't look like a douche.
Oh man, that was hilarious, dude. Hey, wifey comes in and she says, "It's all good, Z-Bot. You're just keeping it live and entertaining."
Oh my gosh!
Thanks, babe.
Thank you, Mrs. Rev.
Yo,
damn it,
man, that's funny, man. That's funny.
It is funny.
Hey, this is what happens, man. This is what happens. This is what happens. I think this is a good time now to hit that music, baby. Before we go any further down this do 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 do.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
well, folks, I hope you liked it. Egg on my face.
Oh man,
multiple times. And no one's on Rev's ass about it. You just going with the flow. I'm taking the brunt. Running with me, and that's it.
I'm going with you, man. So I look bad too, man.
So as we end here, no, Josh Allen did not have 14 touchdowns in 2 games. Yes, Gabriel Davis does have more touchdowns than Justin Jefferson. And for the third error, Bobby, I'm sorry, and I am a prick. We'll catch you next week. Enjoy training camp. Back again Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, Buffalo Fanatics YouTube channel. I am going to go see a doctor because I need my head checked. I'm going to go see my eye doctor because I need my eyes checked. And once again, this is the part of the show where I can't find the damn thumbnail.
I got you, baby. I got you.
Go Bills. Sorry, Bobby. Again.